Hi, I'm Corey Joe, WCJ, and in today's video we will be seeing if Food and Fellow Lord of the Rings Commander deck, is it worth it? So the whole point of this deck is it seems that it needs to create food tokens to then power up Frodo, and then Frodo does the main damage, which is a really good combination. It seems to be, if anyone plays League or anything like that, Frodo is the ADC while Sam is the support, and that's what I like about partner commanders, that one is the main one and the other one is there to support it. Frodo Adventurous Hobbit. For white and black you got a legendary creature, Halfling Scout, that is a mythic. Partner with Sam Loyal Assistant, he has Vigilance. Whenever Frodo Adventurous Hobbit attacks, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, the ring tempts you. Then if Frodo is your ring bearer and the ring has tempted you 2 or more times this game, draw a card and he is a 1/3. Sam Loyal Intendant. For 1 green and a white you get a legendary creature, Halfling Peasant, that is a mythic. Partner with Frodo Adventurous Hobbit. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a food token. Activated ability of foods you control costs 1 less to activate, and he is a 2/4. And then on the website where I got all my information when it comes to the deck, it seems to be that there is also 2 other commanders, one of them being partners as well. So I'm just going to go over them now as well. So the other one is Bilbo Birthday Celebrant. For a white, black and a green you get a legendary creature, Halfling Rogue, that is a rare. If you would gain life, you gain that much life plus 1 instead. For 2 white, black and a green and tap it, exile Bilbo Birthday Celebrant, search your library for any number of creature cards, put them on the battlefield, then shuffle, activate only if you have 111 or more life, and he is a 2/3. I love this card so much. I think it is a great commander. It is really good with life gain, because every time you gain life gain you get an additional life, and then that, I'll call it an ult because it is that powerful, is really good. But there was only one card I could think of from the top of my head that if I did that ability I would play it on the end of someone else's turn, the person before me, and it would be this card here. And then because of that card, I would instantly win the game on my turn. So for having enough life and enough mana, you don't really need to get your entire deck out on the field, which is a good thing with this deck. However, it will be annoying to reshuffle the deck after using its ability. But with this one card, you will only need to put the one card on the field, and then your deck seems like relatively not organized. And then the next ones are, and I actually really do like these, is the partner commanders. One of the partners seems to make 1/1 creatures, and then the other one seems to then make them into 4/4s, which is a really good combination together, especially since the 1/1s have really cool abilities. And I can see this deck actually being really powerful, especially with the cards that is also in the deck. Merry Warden of Isgard. For 1 green and a white you get a legendary creature, Halfling Advisor, that is a rare. Partner with Pippin Warden of Isgard. Whenever 1 or more artifacts enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. This ability triggers once each turn, and he is a 1/4. Pippin Warden of Isgard. For black and green you get a legendary creature, Halfling Advisor, that is a rare. Partner with Merry Warden of Isgard. Tap 1 and it, create a food token. Tap it, sacrifice 4 food. Other creatures you control get +3/+3 and give haste until end of turn. Activate this only as a sorcery, and he is a 2/2. So in this deck there is 33 creatures. The whole point of these creatures seem to be one of 3 categories. It seems to be rather making food, powering up your creatures, or gaining life. There are a lot of great creatures in this deck, such as the Gaffer, Gwanhir, Greatest of Eagles, Gollum Obsessed Stalker, Rapicurus Guest, Banquet Guests, Farmer Cotton, Treebeard Gracious Host, and now we are on to the artifacts in this deck. When it comes to this deck, there's 9 artifacts in total, 5 of them being mana rocks, so I'm just going to go over the other 4, and they are Field Tested Frying Pan, Hithlane Rope, Trading Post, Well of Lost Dreams. And when it comes to the enchantments, there is 5 in total, but only 3 that I think are actually worth talking about, and those enchantments are Of Herbs and Stewed Rabbit, Assemble the Entmoot, Call for Unity. And in this deck there is a total of 8 sorceries, however 4 of them I actually think are very good and important to talk about, and them 4 are Fell the Mighty, Fumigate, Toxic Deluge, Revive the Shrine, and then next we are on the instances in the deck. There are 6 in total, however they're all mainly target exile cards except for one, and that card is Crypt Insertion, And then finally, when it comes to this deck, there's a total of 38 lands and a really surprisingly good amount of cards in here that are very powerful lands. And those lands are Canopy Vista, Fortified Village, Isolated Chapel, Necro Blossom Snarl, Sunset Citadel, Shrine Shadow Snarl, Sun Petal Grove, Woodland Cemetery. Overall, I love this deck. I really do like that there's technically 3 commanders when it comes to this deck, and all played somewhat differently. I really like when they come up with new abilities or new ways to play a commander, and when it comes to the deck itself, the deck seems to be very well structured to go along with any of the 3 commanders. I find when they make a lot of decks like this with a second commander in it, it seems to be like it works well for 80% of one of the commanders and then like 20% for the other, where this seems to be no matter which commander you pick out the 3, or if you want to be specific, 5, it seems to be really good with each one working the way you kind of want it to. To be honest, out of all of them, personally, this is the one I would buy myself because I think this deck is absolutely amazing. I find the weakest part of the deck is the instances, but there is a few instances I would rather replace for it, but that's just me. But another good thing about this deck is if you want to build a deck similar to this, this is a really good what I call skeleton deck, mainly because if you have a commander that you want to build that does something similar to these 3, this deck seems worth it enough even to just use the parts to start a brand new commander deck. But as always, let me know what you think of this deck in the comments down below. If there was any cards you would like to add or take out, also let me know in the comments down below. While you're there, remember to like and subscribe and follow me on all my social media, and I will see you all in the next video. And if you like this type of video, I have the previous Lord of the Rings commander deck here, a playlist of Is It Worth It here, and a subscribe button here.